What's up, YouTube? It is Crypto Monday Analysis. So let's jump into it. Pretty tricky day. So the most important thing is what I said in the past, that whatever Bitcoin does, everything should follow, right? Things are starting to change up right now. Bitcoin is still holding its price at 7,700. It did target 7,800, and we are still looking for it to target 8,000 and all the way back to 10K long term. Just basically on the two moving averages that I'm using on the MA cross. The MA cross here on TradingView is the 9 simple moving average, which is my red line, and then my green line is my 21. Or if you want to make it simple, if you have your MetaTrader 4, put the 10 and the 20. But on here, the MA cross is set for 9 and 21. But you can clearly see that the 9 is up here and the 21 is down here. So you can see that the candlestick structure is above the 9. Okay. Now this is on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, what I expect is for Bitcoin to close above the 21. For this new weekly candle to close above the 21 simple moving average. If it does not, and it closes below the 21, then I'm going to short it back down. So I know people wait for the crossover, but if you wait for the crossover, then you already missed the amount of money that you could have made. Okay, so let's run through and go back to the daily chart. Ripple is being manipulated by the banks, and there's a little crossover here that just happened. Ripple shot to 50 cents. The wick is based on 52 cents, but it's back down to the support price, 43 right here. Breaks 43. Then you're looking at a sell. Man, I don't even know. Back to 21, 25 cents from where it started on the initial push. I would not suggest going long term on Ripple because things are changing so quick with Ripple, and this is getting, there's not really a direction to go off of. So based on price, it's stuck at 40 cents and 50 cents, 40 and 50 cents. I wouldn't even waste my time trading it. I'm just being honest on that one. Bitcoin Cash, stuck at the high 700s and 800 price. I am still looking for Bitcoin Cash to come back to 900, and then from there shoot for 1,000. Ethereum lost a lot of momentum, just like Ripple. So it's really where you have to look at every single crypto chart. Ethereum's going down with Ripple. Bitcoin Cash is still up with Bitcoin. Okay, Litecoin going down with Ethereum. Zcash going back up. Neo going back down. Dash going back down. So by looking at the only ones that are up is Zcash, Bitcoin Cash, and Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is the only one that's been sustaining its price. So you can't go wrong buying Bitcoin. All the other coins, you got to be very careful. So it is really tough to find any kind of correlation between any of the cryptos. You know, the number one correlation was if Bitcoin goes up, then everything, all the other alternative coins will follow. But right now, things are changing so quick that you can't follow the same correlation. So you have to look at every single crypto chart so that you know exactly where the prices are going. If you look at all the crypto exchanges, prices are changing fast. So just because Bitfinex has Bitcoin listed at 7,700 doesn't mean that Coinbase has it listed at 7,700 or Bitstamp or Kraken or Binance. Every single crypto exchange has their own prices. So But like I said, can't go wrong buying Bitcoin. All the other coins, I would be very, very careful on looking at where prices are going, especially most of them are headed going down south, going down versus going back up. Bitcoin is the only that's sustaining its price. And I'm just basing on the daily chart from what I see right here. Okay. So I know I didn't really talk too much about the Forex analysis, but the dollar index is up. You can clearly see that. The U.S. Treasury yield is up. U.S. 30. That's all right. Dow Jones. Well, you can see that the dollar index is still up 94.65. And on the weekly chart, there is so much resistance here. There's a lot. I want to sell the dollar for the long term, right? I can't even sell it because it doesn't want to drop either. It has to be a major push and close below the moving average, especially the 9-day. Closes down here, breaks the 94, closes below 94, and then shoot for 93 and close below 93. By then, it'll be pretty close to the 21. And then we cross into the 92, 91, and 90. There is really no clear confirmation of a huge reversal yet. There is a lot of consolidation on the DXY. And so you have to be very careful where the dollar index is projected. Even though Trump, like I said, even though Trump and the tariffs, the trade wars is still going on, you have to be precise on where you're going for this month. And so by looking at the weekly candle, this weekly candle, right, they shot it down to 94, but then it came right back up to 90, above the 9-day. And so by looking at the DXY, I'm looking for it to come back to 95 and at least close above 95 either this week or sometime, if not next week. If next week, if it doesn't close above 95, then we could see a possible reversal. Most important thing is to see where this new monthly candle is going to go, but we won't see the new monthly candle closing out until the 31st. So for me, I would like to see this monthly candle closing below the 21. And then when the new candle starts, since it's below the 21, then I'm going to short it back down. Overall, the 21 and the 9 is so far apart, especially on the monthly chart. This candle is still in between, so it could very well shoot past up 21 because it's closer to the 21 versus shooting back down. So dollar is just trying to hold its price here at 94 and 95. Well, let's talk about gold here. I know a lot of people want to know where gold's headed. There is really no other support until we come down to break 1150, and then the next one would be 1060. So a lot of things are going on. I mean, this is on the monthly chart. On the weekly chart, you can clearly see how much it's been dropping after the last time it hit almost 1350. Send it all the way back down. And we know that the very last wick here was like 1211, 1212. So that's what I'm shooting for. And then from there, I mean, pretty much to close below here or here. And then we target 1200 back to pretty much, what's this price? 1190. And then this one is set around 1130. So pretty crazy where prices are going right now. And it's going to be pretty important to see where things are going to go for this week. The only day, trying to see here. Thursday has the most high impact news. So you got ECB's interest rate decision, deposit rate decision, and their press conference. You have to remember that their press conference is the most important thing because it's exactly at 7:30, well, 8:30 Eastern time for New York. And U.S. is releasing their jobless claims, good trade balance, and their good orders. All four high impact news for the U.S. on the euro monetary policy. So very important Thursday New York sessions pay attention to. And then Friday, yeah, GDP would be the only thing to pay attention to. Would be the GDP for U.S. And then let's see. I don't think I have anything else to take a look at. Oh yeah, USD/JPY. Yeah. A lot of people are considering a reversal here to be a strong sell-off. And based on the weekly, the only way that I would sell it is if this actually closes below the 9. It'll have to be a really strong push going back down. And it's on the weekly chart. Notice that on the wick here, it's just pretty much bouncing off the 9-day. Yeah, I know it's stuck here at 11.3, 11, and 11. It hit like 11.5, but stuck here right now. Okay, on the 4-hour, looking like it's going to go back down again. Okay, because you can see that it hasn't reached back up here to the 21. On the daily, it's closing above the 21. So what I'm expecting for this candle to bounce off the 21 and shoot back to 112. And then target this price, 112.8, right before 113. So that is my initial targets right there. If this happened to close below the 21, then I would sell it all the way back. So that's just me basing off of my 2 moving averages. I'm not basing off of stochastic or RSI. And you gotta look at, okay, where candles are bouncing off of and where the prices are headed for this whole week. Now we know that we know that the dollar yen USD/JPY hit 110.7 last night, and then went all the way back to pretty much at the wick 111.5. So this daily candle is closer to the high price versus to the low price, and I'm expecting it to come back. Once it breaches 112, then we'll have to look at and see how much more further they're gonna drive it up further, or are they just gonna let it drop back? Once it drops, then that's my next resistance that I'm putting out on the daily. So there you guys have it. Like I said, the dollar index is still up, and there's so much more unexpected events coming from the U.S. based on trade wars and Trump administration. So I would be very focused on New York sessions again, every single New York session until this whole political event is over. So never know what to expect during New York sessions. So be very, very careful when you're buying and selling during the session. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. That's my analysis. I mean, the analysis can always change on a day-to-day basis. So thanks for tuning in. That's all I got for you guys. It is Monday, and still got 4 more days of trading. So that's all I got.